America is changing. The hum of machines is returning. The gates of factories are reopening. And with every shift change, the heartbeat of a nation begins to beat louder. But here's the question. Are we, as Christian entrepreneurs, ready to rise with it? Or will we stand on the sidelines, watching opportunities pass us by? You see, what breaks my heart isn't the sight of honest workers striving to make a living. It's the way society mocks them, as if hard work and integrity are things to laugh at. Have we truly fallen so far? Have we forgotten the value of hands that build, create, and provide? But here's the truth. Idle hands are the devil's playground. And the resurgence of industry in America isn't just an economic shift. It's a divine opportunity. An opportunity for you, for me, for every Christian entrepreneur who dares to see the bigger picture. Because God doesn't just bless the willing, He blesses the prepared. And the next 4 years could be the foundation of something incredible in your life, your business, and your legacy. But the question is, will you act? Will you take the tools God has placed in your hands and build something extraordinary? Or will you let the naysayers, the mockers, and the skeptics keep you from claiming what's yours? This isn't just about jobs. It's about stewardship. It's about taking the opportunities God provides and using them to glorify Him and impact lives. So, let's dive in and discover how you can thrive in this new era. Not just survive, but thrive as a Christian entrepreneur. God has always honored honest work, and now is the time to reclaim it. This isn't just about earning a paycheck, it's about fulfilling a divine calling. From the very beginning, God established work as a part of His creation. When Adam was placed in the Garden of Eden, his first command wasn't to rest idly, it was to work and steward the land. Genesis 2 verse 15. This mandate hasn't changed. Honest labor has always been part of God's design for humanity. It isn't shameful, it's sacred. Paul reminds us in Colossians 3 verse 23 to 24, "Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord, and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward." You are serving the Lord Christ. This verse is a cornerstone for Christian entrepreneurs. It shows us that every task, whether it's managing a business, building products, or even working in a factory, is an opportunity to honor God. The dignity of work isn't found in the title of the job, but in the attitude of the heart. In today's society, there's an unfortunate tendency to look down on industries like manufacturing or factory work. We see comments online mocking workers, treating their honest labor as a joke. But think about this. Every product we rely on, every convenience we enjoy, is made possible by someone willing to put their hands to work. How can that be shameful? As Christian entrepreneurs, we must challenge this narrative. Work is a gift from God, and those who engage in it contribute to the well-being of society. It's time we, as the body of Christ, restore honor to honest labor. Being a steward means managing the blessings God has entrusted to us with care and responsibility. This extends to our businesses, our employees, and even the industries we choose to support. Proverbs 16 verse 3 tells us, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." Supporting ethical companies that provide fair wages, benefits, and respect for their workers isn't just good business, it's kingdom work. When we advocate for fairness and justice in the workplace, we reflect God's character and align ourselves with His justice. Consider this. When you buy products made by ethical companies that prioritize their workers' well-being, you're investing in God's economy. You're supporting systems that uplift communities and honor the dignity of work. As entrepreneurs, we can take this a step further. If we own businesses, we must ask ourselves, are we treating our employees fairly? Are we paying them what they deserve? Are we creating environments that glorify God through justice, kindness, and stewardship? So, as Christian entrepreneurs, how do we position ourselves to thrive in this system? How do we align our businesses and our strategies with God's plan while taking advantage of the opportunities this economic shift presents? Let's uncover that in the next point. Every economic shift is an opportunity for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. The question is, Are you paying attention to what God is doing in this season? Ecclesiastes 11 verse 6 gives us a powerful reminder. Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle. For you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. This verse challenges us to act, to plant seeds, diversify our efforts, and step into opportunities even when the outcomes aren't immediately clear. The resurgence of industries like American manufacturing isn't just a political or economic trend. It's a divine moment for Christian entrepreneurs to rise up and claim their space in the marketplace. God works through seasons, and in every shift, there are gaps waiting to be filled by those who seek His wisdom and guidance. The manufacturing industry in the U.S. is seeing a revival, and this shift is creating opportunities for businesses that are willing to innovate and adapt. As Christian entrepreneurs, it's vital to ask, where is God opening doors, and how can I step through them with purpose? Perhaps your calling isn't to work on the factory floor, but maybe it's to serve that industry in a supportive role. Look for gaps in the market, areas where needs aren't being met, and prayerfully consider how you can fill them. Let's get specific. Imagine you're a Christian entrepreneur observing this shift. Here are a few ways you could respond. Supply chain solutions. Many factories face challenges in sourcing materials domestically. What if your business could provide reliable, ethical, and sustainable supply chain services? Supportive services. Factories need everything from eco-friendly packaging to logistics support. Could your business develop solutions to meet these needs while honoring God's principles of stewardship and integrity? Skills training programs. As industries revive, there's a demand for skilled labor. You could create programs that train workers, equipping them with practical skills while instilling values of diligence and excellence rooted in Scripture. Ethical production. Maybe you're called to manufacture a product yourself, one that reflects God's justice and mercy by prioritizing fair wages, sustainable practices, and high-quality goods. These are just a few ideas, but the key is this. Every challenge in the market is an invitation for innovation, and every gap is an opportunity to glorify God through your work. How do you uncover these opportunities? Start with research. Study the industries that are gaining traction, attend trade shows, and network with other business leaders. But don't stop there. Pray. Ask God to reveal where He wants you to plant your seeds. Remember, He sees the end from the beginning, and His guidance is your greatest asset. But recognizing opportunities is only the first step. To truly succeed, you need to prepare yourself and your business to seize those opportunities effectively. Let's explore what preparation looks like in our final point. God equips those He calls, but we must be diligent in our preparation. Success in this new economy will not come by chance. It will come by strategy and faith-filled action. Proverbs 21 verse 5 is clear. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. This verse reminds us that while God is the ultimate provider, He expects us to prepare and steward His blessings with wisdom and foresight. God has already set the stage for new opportunities in the economy, but as Christian entrepreneurs, it's our responsibility to position ourselves to thrive. Preparation is not just a practical step. It's an act of faith, trusting that God will bless the work of our hands as we align ourselves with His will. Stay informed. Ignorance is the enemy of opportunity. To thrive in the evolving economy, you need to understand how new policies and systems impact businesses. Subscribe to industry news, follow credible sources, and seek wisdom from trusted advisors. As Hosea 4 verse 6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Don't let a lack of understanding hold you back. Build networks. Proverbs 27 verse 17 reminds us, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Surround yourself with other Christian business owners and leaders, especially those who are navigating the same economic shifts. Collaborate, share insights, and support one another. Together, you can create a powerful network that not only thrives, but glorifies God. Focus on ethical practices. In a competitive market, integrity is your greatest differentiator. Commit to ethical practices, whether it's fair wages, sustainable production, or honest dealings. As Matthew 5 verse 16 encourages us, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. By honoring God in your business practices, you'll not only attract loyal customers, but also inspire others to do the same. Consider Joseph in Genesis 41. When God revealed through Pharaoh's dream that Egypt would experience 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine, Joseph didn't sit idly by. He developed a strategic plan to store surplus grain during the good years, ensuring the nation's survival during the lean years. Joseph's preparation wasn't just practical, it was divinely inspired. And because of his diligence, he not only saved Egypt, but also positioned himself as a leader and a blessing to others. As Christian entrepreneurs, we're called to follow Joseph's example. Seek God's guidance in your planning, but don't stop there. Act with diligence and foresight, trusting that God will bless your efforts. Start by creating a detailed plan for your business. Identify potential challenges and opportunities in the new economy, and develop strategies to address them. Pray over your plans, seek wise counsel, and remain flexible to adjust as God leads. But even with the best preparation, challenges will come, especially from those who doubt or criticize. So how do we handle the naysayers while staying focused on our God-given mission? Let's dive into this final section. Mockers will always exist, but your focus should be on God's purpose for your life. If you let their words dictate your actions, you'll lose sight of the greater calling God has for you. Proverbs 9 verse 7 to 8 says, "Whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you." As Christian entrepreneurs, we must understand that mockery and negativity are part of the journey. People may criticize your decisions, belittle your efforts, or laugh at your vision. But the Bible is clear. We're not called to engage with scoffers. Instead, our focus should remain on the work God has placed in our hands. Every great entrepreneur, biblical or modern, has faced criticism. Nehemiah, when tasked with rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, was mocked by his enemies. In Nehemiah 4 verse 3, Tobiah scoffed, saying, "What they are building, if even a fox climbed up on it, it would break down their wall of stones." But Nehemiah didn't let mockery stop him. He prayed, kept working, and led his people to complete the wall in record time. His focus wasn't on the naysayers, it was on God's purpose. In the same way, your business is your wall to build. Stay focused on what God has called you to do. Mockery may come, but it doesn't define you. What defines you is your obedience to God and your faithfulness to the mission He has given you. Remember, criticism often reveals more about the critic than it does about you. Use it as fuel to improve, refine your vision, and grow stronger in your faith. Think of David, who faced ridicule from his own brothers before battling Goliath. In 1 Samuel 17 verse 28 to 29, Eliab, David's brother, accused him of pride and insolence. But David didn't let the negativity distract him. Instead, he focused on the task at hand, defeating Goliath, and became a hero for Israel. Like David, you can turn criticism into a stepping stone. Let it push you closer to God, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your resolve to fulfill His purpose for your life. When negativity arises, pray for strength. Ask God to give you the wisdom and resilience to rise above negativity. James 1 verse 5 reminds us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him." Surround yourself with encouragers. Find people who support your vision and share your values. Proverbs 13 verse 20 says, "Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm." Stay committed to the work. Let the results of your obedience to God speak louder than the words of your critics. Criticism is inevitable, but your faith and focus are your greatest weapons. Now, as we conclude, let's discuss how you can take action today as a Christian entrepreneur in this new economic system. God has given us this time and season to act, to build, and to grow. The question is, Will you take the step of faith, or will you let fear hold you back? Remember, like Joseph, David, and Solomon, God equips his children for greatness when they walk in obedience and wisdom. This is your opportunity to seize the blessings God has placed in front of you. Don't let mockery, fear, or uncertainty stop you from pursuing the vision he has given you. Instead, step forward with boldness, knowing that he is with you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, check out our video on 10 powerful business strategies from the Book of Proverbs. It's packed with timeless wisdom to guide your entrepreneurial journey. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow Christian entrepreneurs, and subscribe to our channel for more faith-filled insights. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's continue building God-centered businesses together and transforming the world for his glory.